Okay, so I think every single one of you have a piece of note card and hopefully a pencil or a pen. I want you to write down your goal. Somewhere you want to be, maybe 10 years, 20 years. A place you want to be, the person you want to become, perhaps before you die. I want to give you a second. Please jot that down. It's quite important. Something that you truly is yours. Because me too, I had that when I was 13 years old. And my family divorced when I was 13, so they sent me to the US alone. So I knew that at a very young age that I needed money. Because without money, I had no freedom. And because my family was not going to take me to, my host family was not going to take me to see my friends, to go dine with my friends, or anything. So without money, I don't have freedom. Literally, I don't have freedom. So at a very young age, when I was 13, I wanted to have financial freedom. And I wrote it on a piece of Post-it note card and I put it everywhere in my room to remind myself every single day that I want to chase this particular goal. And things got a little serious when I graduated from college because, okay, now I got to be in control of my own life. So I need to take steps to make sure that I stay disciplined towards this goal. So the first thing I did was I remained 100% sober. Not that because I didn't like alcohol. I mean, we all do, right? But I didn't want to spend on alcohol because alcohol was such a huge expenditure that I didn't want to pay for it or spend on it because that would take it away from my goal. So that was the first thing that I cut off. Second was friends. 95% of my friends I had to cut out of my life, not because I don't love them. I love them so dearly, but I wanted to cut away temptations. I didn't want a friend, a person to call me on Friday, hey, let's go out, let's go clubbing, let's go party, let's go on this vacation. I didn't need that because I'm only human, right? I'm flawed too. So if I can say no like 2-3 times, there'll be one of the times I will say yes. So I'd rather just eliminate them out of my life. Third was that I had this philosophy of 1%. If something was worth more than 1% of my net worth, I'm not paying for it. If this vacation is worth more than 1% of my net worth, I'm not going. If this meal is worth more than 1% of my net worth, I'm not paying for it. So I can stay very, very disciplined towards my saving. So what do I left with? I mean, I left with 200 baht a day for food. And I'm telling you, this is actually not a struggle. I forever owe Thailand for this because Thailand, like Khao Man Gai convenience store, they're delicious, amazing, tasty food. So 200 baht per day for food was actually not hard at all. And I was able to do that while save at the same time. So what do I do with all the savings? 98.6% of my net worth, I invest in equities, commodities, my business, things that I believe in the long term. That was things that I believed in for me. I invest every bit of it. For some of you might think, wow, that's a sad life. Must be a loser, must be a nerd. I got that a lot. And because I don't answer any of my friends' text or message or phone call, I basically, the talk of the town was, CK just become a nerd. And you know what? That was the happiest period of my life. I was happy because I knew that I was chasing something that was mine. And every single day, all my actions I was gonna do it for my goal. And I was excited to be alive. I was excited to wake up because I knew that the things that I'm about to do today, that was for me. Not for anyone else, for me. Easily, that was the happiest period of my life. And because I was so disciplined with all the things I said, I made it at the age of 27. It was supposed to be an aha moment for me, right? I made it. So after all these years, after 14 years of trying, I finally achieved the goal that I wanted. And I thought, okay, why do we all want to be happy? We want to be successful so we can be happy, right? So let's find happiness now. Let's find happiness. And I thought, okay, what do retirement look like? Retirement must look like you look at the beach, feet in the sand, pina colada in your hand, no agenda in your mind, you don't have work tomorrow, you can wake up late. That must be the life. So I did just that. I bought a one-way ticket to Phuket. And I was planning on going for months. And, that must be a life. I can finally officially retire now. 3 days in, man, I hated my life. It was so boring. I worked so hard my whole life. All of a sudden, I had nothing to do. That wasn't the life I want. 3 days in, I got sick of the beach. I didn't want to look at it anymore. So I knew that wasn't it for me. I know I wasn't happy from this. So 2 weeks in, I was like, I need to get the hell back. And so if this is not it, what is it? Well, must be material goods, right? You see all these people on social media so happy with their brand name, so happy with the luxury car. They all look so happy. Must be it. And it did just that. I bought 5 cars in 1 year. I bought 5 cars because I thought happiness was always just around the corner. If I had that extra car, I would be that extra happy. And I thought that was it. And what turns out was that I was less and less excited after every single car. The first car I was excited for months, second car maybe weeks, third car days, and the fourth car I wasn't even excited to get it. And the first year that I achieved my goal was the first year that I got diagnosed with depression. It was weird, right? I'm sure you have questions like, CK, you're young, you have money, you're healthy. What the hell are you sad about? And it was hard for me to walk into the psychiatrist's office and to tell her as well. Like, she asked me the same question. I was like, I don't know too. I don't know how to tell you, but I know I'm not happy. I was prescribed with this medication called Lexapro, and I was on it for 3 to 4 months. And it was during those 3 to 4 months that actually saved my life. For some of you that actually took some medication before, Lexapro actually doesn't make you feel high, doesn't low, actually make you feel numb. So you don't feel anything. You don't feel sad, you don't feel happy, you feel nothing. And it was during these 3 4 months that I get to talk to myself more often. CK, what was it that made you happy? What was it that made you happy before and that you lost it and you don't have it anymore? What was it? And it was during those 3 months that I realized that I needed a new goal. Because I achieved the last one. So I needed a new one. Something tougher, something bigger, something that hopefully I can spend my whole life chasing. So I made this my goal. I want to make Thailand a better place. For some of you that actually know me, I actually say it every single time. My goal right now is to make Thailand a better place. And I'm smarter this time because I chose the word better, because I know Thailand can always be better. That I will die trying. That I know that the day that I die, I still wouldn't be able to achieve it. And I'm just okay with that because I want to be in the process the whole time. But why is the story important? I think the story is important for all of us because I think you all actually are in my shoes. Society tells us that we want to study hard, get good grades. For what? Get into great university like Thammasat, right? And then in order to get a good job, marry, find the love of your life, buy a home, and retire. That's what society tells us every single day. That's what success and happiness looks like. But is it actually for us? How often do we actually ask ourselves, is this actually the story of our life? How often do we have to actually have that internal dialogue with ourselves? Is this actually happiness for us? Is this what our parents want from us? Is this what our friends want from us? Or is this actually something that you want? Something that you truly value? How often do we actually talk to ourselves? Hey man, what do you love? Do you actually want to be a doctor like your mom said? Or do you want to be a YouTuber? How often do we actually talk to ourselves? We always try to chase every single day about other people's expectations, but we forgot about ourselves, our own values. Because the one person you really cannot lie to is yourself. This one quote really resonates with me. It's by Jim Carrey, that depression is you yourself telling, hey man, stop being this person that you're not. Because if you lie to yourself today, one of these days it's going to bite you behind the back. I want you to look back at the note card that they just wrote. And ask yourself, is that actually yours? Or does it belong to someone else? Is it actually your goal? Or is it your friend's goal, your spouse's goal, your family's goal? Or the goal that society tried to make us want to be that? I have a few recommendations about when you're brainstorming this goal. You don't have to have an answer right now. Bear with me. Here are some of my recommendations some of the characteristics that I think are important when you're writing this goal. Number one, it has to be challenging. It cannot be something that you can achieve in a week, a month, a year. Hopefully, it's going to take years. It's going to take some time. Hopefully, it's big enough that it won't be easy. And the most important thing, it must be inspiring. Not for other people, but for you. You must be inspired by your own goal. So when your friends come asking you about it, you proudly present, this is my goal. You can tell your family about it, that this is my goal. And that you're willing to stand up for yourself, willing to debate, willing to fight for your goal. And it has to be inspiring for you. So find a goal that's actually inspiring and is hard. 2, set an intangible goal. Something that you can't touch. Because you want to be in the process the whole time. I'll give you an example. Mountain climbers, right? Mountain climbers do not climb a mountain to be on the mountaintop. You mean when you get to the top, you look, that's a good view, but now let's get back down. Mountain climbers climb mountains because they love the process of climbing a mountain. They love it. That's why every time they get to the top, they find a new one. So the whole point of having a goal is actually not to achieve it. I know how contradicting that sounds, but you want to make sure that you put yourself in the process the whole time so you can forever chase it. Because trust me, the process of chasing it is the most fulfilling experience you will ever have. And 3, something that you love. This process is going to be hard. Achieving your goal is not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be hard. And there will be a year, 2 years, months that you put everything that you have towards your goal, everything, and you'll get nothing out of it. Nothing. Not a single thing. No results. Any rational person would give up. But because of love, you'll fight it. Because of love, you persevere. Because of love, you wake up the next day and still do it again. If you don't love your goal, you're going to give up. So you have to love it. And this part, you can't lie to anyone else. And when you're chasing your goal, I have some recommendations for you as well that I did for myself, that hopefully it'll work for you as well. Try to relate every single part of your decisions to this goal. I like the post-it note card part because you can put everywhere in your room and remind yourself every single day. Is the place that you're about to go, does that relate to your goal? Is the person you're about to meet, does that relate to your goal? Try to make everything black and white in a way. I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But over time, you start to understand yourself more. Because you know that every single day that you wake up, everything that you do in a particular day, you do it for you, not for anyone else. 2, have a small circle. Have a small circle because chasing your goal is a solitary journey. Your friend's not going to be as passionate about the goal as you. Your family's not going to be as passionate about it, as obsessive of it like you. And do not expect them to be. And if you have a friend from 8th grade or elementary school, been friends for 15 years, but if he or she all they do is every Friday night ask you to go clubbing with you and distract you from your goal. The thing is, maybe try to separate yourself out a little bit because you really cannot love other people if you don't love yourself first. Last, never compare successes. There will be time in this journey that you'll see on social media, oh, your friend bought a BMW, your friend goes to Paris, your friend bought this, bought that. It's easy to envy them. It's easy to feel that you're not enough. Don't feel that way. We are on a different journey. Just know that every single day, everything that you do, you're getting one step closer to the goal that you truly love and you truly value. And everything else, don't let that bring you down. So stay focused towards your own goal. I love this quote by Steve Jobs. He said that you cannot connect the dot forward, you can only connect the dot backwards. You know, many of you come to Thammasat today, you probably plug into your Google map and you drive here. In fact, every single day when you're driving somewhere, you have a destination in your mind. You can go to office, your home, wherever it is. There's a destination in mind. And that's important because if you don't, what does that mean? That means you're going nowhere. So it's important to make sure that you have a goal in mind and that you can make sure that every single day you're chasing that goal and that you'll be excited to wake up each day. You're thankful that you woke up, you opened up your eyes today. You can't wait for the next day. You can't wait for the next week. You can't wait to, not for the results, but you just want to keep on chasing. Because that's the only way to connect the dot is backward, not forward. My final recommendation is the Post-it note card. I want you to think about your goal. I really want it to be challenging. I really want it to be inspiring. Hopefully it's intangible, and the most important is something that you love. And once you have that, try to put it on a few Post-it note cards. And put this Post-it note card on the ceiling at your bedroom. So the first thing you wake up, that's the first thing that you see. You knew that you woke up for that today. And two, try to put in your mirror, on your mirror. So when you're brushing your teeth, preparing, looking good, you know that you're looking good, you're preparing for this particular goal. That was yours. That's yours. Third, put it on your door. So you can remind yourself one last time before you leave to wherever you want to go, wherever you're about to go. And ask yourself one last time, is the place I'm about to go, the actions that I'm about to do, does that relate to your goal? Thank you.